ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, my name is Ali Can Ayanlar. I am a television news presenter for Turkey's public broadcaster, TRT. But rest assured, I have left my journalistic jacket in the cloakroom, and it is my pleasure and honor to be acting as your moderator for this first panel discussion, the ministerial panel discussion. So it is my honor.
Thank you. Yes, our transformation began in early 80s. I think the lessons are simple. Never try to reinvent the wheel. There are plenty of success stories, and they may not be, perfect match, but it's important to have sources of inspiration. Look at the success stories, how they've done it. I think that's exactly what Saudi Arabia is doing. Because when I look at their program, when I look at the implementation, this is quite clear. So that's number one. Number two, in the long run, productivity and innovation are the only source of really lasting prosperity. Productivity is key. And that requires, quality institutions, but also it requires competition, level playing field. Always when there is change, there is resistance to change, based on our experience. I think to overcome that, when you have rule-based, level playing field, ecosystems, then you're more likely to get the type of productivity and innovation that is needed to power growth, to achieve lasting prosperity. This is what I also sense currently in Saudi Arabia. The fact that they're reaching out to Turkey's manufacturers, to Turkey's developers, Turkey's business people. I think it suggests they see that Turkey has gone through this journey, and they want to, work with Turkish companies to capitalize on this experience. So this is really also important. Now, the difference between Turkey and Saudi Arabia is quite clear. Saudi Arabia has resources to back ambitious plans. We have to, rely on low domestic savings and global inflows, while Saudi Arabia is blessed with significant public sector resources, like PIF, Public Investment Fund, and other resources. So I think their journey is going to be smoother, and it's going to be, the learning curve is going to be very steep, and they're already showing that, they have what is needed for a great success story.
Mr. Şimşek, in your keynote address, you talked about diversification being a necessity for Turkey, while it being a choice for the kingdom. How does this mentality play into the partnership?
Well, it's currently a choice because, theoretically speaking, they could have sustained old policies. But under the leadership of His Highness Crown Prince, they've embarked on a journey that really includes massive transformation. So that was a choice. In how that affects the mentality, how that affects the performance, I think when you have the right programs, when you channelize resources appropriately, you can change that very quickly. So I don't think, look, nobody can claim that in business people or overall people's DNA in this part of the world is different than DNA when it comes to business and success in other parts of the world. Look at the Islamic heritage. Go back 2 centuries ago. The Islamic world was the source of prosperity. Islamic world was the engine of global growth. It wasn't, the engine of scientific developments. So the European Renaissance began.
It was or was not?
It was.
It was, yeah, in the 8th and 9th centuries. Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So the Muslim world in the past has shown that its DNA is quite capable, is quite appropriate for scientific success, for building prosperity and great civilizations. Therefore, I don't think the change is going to be difficult. It takes leadership, it takes vision, it takes program, and it takes appropriately channeling resources into productive areas. And that's exactly what Saudi Arabia is doing. That's exactly under the leadership of President Erdogan, Turkey has been doing, despite numerous difficulties, domestic and regional shocks. These are great success stories, and that journey will continue.